Hi, welcome back to another episode of Embroidery Hub. On today's episode, we're going to be showing you guys how to embroider on toilet paper. Now, when it comes to embroidering on toilet paper, this can be done for perhaps maybe special occasions, perhaps maybe you want to give it as a gift, maybe on Etsy, whatever it may be, or for seasonal, like we've done so, is a way to add a creative touch for perhaps maybe decorating purposes within the bathroom. And it's really quite simple. All you're gonna need for this project is, of course, the toilet paper itself. You're gonna need aqua top for the top of the embroidery, and you're just going to need your cutaway backing. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so laid out in front of me, I have the materials that we're gonna need for this project. And we've gone ahead and chosen the size D hoop. Of course, the hoop size is going to vary depending on your design itself. But honestly, when you have the toilet paper placed on any shelf or anywhere, you can only really see perhaps maybe 2 tiles of the toilet paper, which will actually just fit just right on the size D. So perhaps maybe you won't go outside of the size D hoop. But who knows? Depending on your design, it could vary. And then, of course, we have our cutaway backing and our aqua top. So to get started, we're going to go ahead and start with the lower hoop. And then, of course, we're going to apply our backing on top of the hoop itself. All right. And so once we have that in place, we're going to take the roll of toilet paper. And now, as I unroll the toilet paper, I'm going to think about where on the toilet paper I want the design itself. You can do it on the outermost tip of the toilet paper itself, but I would recommend leaving an extra one just to make it easier on you. And so our design actually runs on 2 tiles, or 2 sheets, I should say. So what we're gonna do is that I'm actually going to count 8 tiles, because I'm actually gonna have to fold it in half to add more stabilization. So I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so I'll just fold it in half midway. And so now I have 4 tiles. The 2 that are gonna go in the middle for my design, and of course, the 2 outer ones. So once that's in place, I'm gonna go ahead and place the other piece of the hoop on top. Now, when it comes to centering, since it is a toilet paper and you have your top and bottom edge, basically, I would recommend using the edges of the hoop to sort of guide yourself as far as leveling the toilet paper centered. And so once you have it in position, that should be nice and snug. And just focus on one side. If you have it leveled there, then obviously you have it leveled on both sides. So once that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and hoop it now. When it comes to hooping, you wanna make sure that you unwind the toilet paper just to give yourself some excess, because this is actually just going to be placed anywhere else. And so as I place the toilet paper down, I'm gonna go ahead and slot my hoop in. Okay. All right. And now we've already chosen our design. We've already chosen our colors. The final step before starting is placing the aqua top. Now you're going to want an aqua top because this is going to actually add more stabilization. Since it's toilet paper, it's quite delicate and we don't want it sinking through the toilet paper itself. So that is why you're going to utilize the aqua top. Now, again, you're kind of going to give an extra eye on the centering, especially because it's toilet paper and you have your top and bottom border, and it's going to be much more noticeable if it's off a bit higher or lower. So one good thing to do is kind of look at it from the side if you're able to do so, just to make sure that you have it nice and centered. And then once I see that, I'm gonna go ahead and hit my scan key just to make sure that everything is nice and centered. And I can kind of see the distance from the top and the bottom was quite even. So with that being done, I'm ready to go ahead and get started. Now you want to make sure that the speed that you run this in, I would say 500, maybe 600 the highest. Any faster than that can potentially cause a tear through the paper, because again, the paper is very delicate and soft. So now that that's done, we're gonna go ahead and just start our project. All right, so here we have our finished product. So when it comes to unhooping, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is basically rip off the aqua top. Normally, aqua top, you just apply water and it dissolves, but since this is toilet paper, we don't wanna ruin it. So we're actually just going to carefully go ahead and rip it off as if it were tearaway. And of course, it comes off quite easily, but just be careful not to pull too hard where you rip the toilet paper. All right, and then once that's done, again, we can remove the hoop. And then now we just go ahead and cut off the excessive backing. All right, so we finished cutting off all the excess backing. And so what we did was that at the end of the row, we've actually just gone ahead and kept it together with just a piece of tape. That's the reason why I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you want to give yourself an excess of one tile over so that when you have it on the shelf, you have it nice and centered. And we just applied tape, but if you wanted to, you can get a bit more creative and perhaps maybe keep it together with a nice ribbon just to add a nice little personal touch. And as you can see, it's just tons of ways that you can get creative with this. You can go ahead and just start putting them together, mix and matching, stacking them up on top of each other, and just let your dreams run wild. I want to thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button below and subscribe to our channel. Feel free to comment if you have any questions regarding this video. I also want to invite you to join our Facebook group, Embroidery and Custom Apparel Mastery, where you can join other embroiderers and apparel decorators such as yourself. In it, you can ask questions and share tips and knowledge among one another. And for any additional information about our products or services, you can visit www.ricoma.us. You'll find all these links I mentioned in the description below. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you back here next time.